is nature's candy. Chewy, sweet, and aggressively orange. The dried apricot is a staple of hikers, bakers, and snackers worldwide. But unlike a raisin, you can't just leave an apricot in the sun and hope for the best. If you do, it turns black and rock hard.
The Malatya province, known as the global capital of apricots. Here, the harvest season transforms the valley into an endless sea of gold.
To get that translucent, gummy texture, the apricot must survive a process that involves violent shaking, toxic sulfur clouds, and a race against rot. Today, we are traveling to the apricot capital of the world. We will see the ancient, sun-baked method that risks everything for flavor. And the modern industrial beast that turns millions of tons of fresh fruit into shelf-stable gold. It starts in Malatya, Turkey, which produces 85% of the world's dried apricots. Here, the harvest is a seismic event. You don't pick apricots by hand. That takes too long. You shake the tree. This is the shaker. It clamps onto the trunk and delivers a calibrated earthquake. In 10 seconds, the tree is empty. It looks chaotic, but it's calculated. The fruit falls onto suspended tarps to prevent bruising. But once they hit the canvas, the clock starts. A ripe apricot lasts about 24 hours before it turns to mush. To keep them bright orange, farmers use sulfur dioxide.
Watch the car pulling closer. Okay, I got this crate.
Here is the industry's open secret. If you dried an apricot naturally, it would turn dark brown, almost black. It tastes delicious like molasses, but it looks ugly, and consumers buy with their eyes. The fresh fruit is stacked in concrete bunkers called islamdarns.
Keep them coming. We need to fill this chamber completely. All right, last row on this side.
They light pure sulfur powder on fire, seal the door, and let the fruit smoke for 24 hours. This smoke preserves the color and acts as a potent preservative, stopping insects and bacteria. It's the difference between the brown day-dried apricot you find in health food stores, and the neon orange gem in the supermarket. After the sulfur bath, the fruit is laid out in massive fields. This is the apricot sea. For 3 days, they bake in the relentless Anatolian sun.
The sulfur smoke escapes, revealing the apricot.
Here is the trick. You don't remove the pit when the fruit is fresh. It would tear the flesh. You wait until the fruit is half-dried and leathery. This is called Patik. Workers take the sticky, half-dried fruit, squeeze the bottom, and the pit pops out the top like a magic trick. The fruit is then pressed flat and left to dry for another week. It's labor-intensive, sticky, and slow.
After pitting, workers use their hands or small wooden boards to gently press the apricots flat on the dry.
Once dried, the fruit is rock-hard and covered in field dust. It's sold to the processing factories.
The flattened apricots are left in the sun for another week to complete the drying process, becoming firm and fully dehydrated. The journey from the fields to the factory is a critical step in the apricot supply chain.
Here, the vibe changes from rustic farm to high-tech industry. First, the apricots are washed.
Here the mechanical cleaning begins. Vibrating screens and precise air jets remove dust, leaves,
They need to be cleaned of sand and grit. Then, they face the laser sorter.
submerged and agitated by powerful jets and rotating brushes. The fruit is meticulously cleaned, emerging sparkling and ready for packaging. The apricots are now fully rehydrated and move along the mesh belt, allowing the excess water to drain before they reach the laser sorter. The rehydrated apricots move along the mesh conveyor, allowing excess water to drain. The fruit
Cameras inspect every single apricot at 50 miles per hour. Anything too dark, too blemished, or containing foreign material is blasted out by air jets. Then comes sizing. Jumbo apricots are the most expensive. They vibrate across multi-deck screens, falling into specific chutes based on millimeter-perfect diameter. The sun did the heavy lifting, removing 80% of the water. But for that perfect, soft snacking texture, the factory has to fine-tune the moisture. The fruit actually goes through a rehydration tunnel to soften it slightly, then a final tunnel dryer to lock it in at exactly 24% moisture.
Rehydrated apricots now enter the first stage of the multi-zone drying tunnel. Here, hot air circulates to reduce the moisture content.
This ensures it's soft enough to chew, but dry enough not to mold in the bag. It's a precise balance. Too dry, and it's leather. Too wet, and it ferments in the package.
Finished apricots emerge from the final dryer and move onto a cooling belt. Ambient air cools.
The apricots pass through a metal detector. The conveyor
From a violent shake on a Turkish hillside to a sulfur smoke sauna, and finally a high-tech laser bath. The dried apricot is a survivor.
smoothly. This is a critical safety check before packaging.
It is one of the oldest preserved foods in history, bridging the gap between ancient preservation and modern efficiency.
The multi-head weigher utilizes vibrating buckets to meticulously calculate the perfect combination of dried fruit.
The finished bags pass over the inline check weigher and then through the X-ray system.
This massive climate-controlled facility ensures that our dried apricots are kept in peak condition before being shipped to markets around the world.
So the next time you chew on that bright orange disc, remember, you are tasting the concentrated power of the Anatolian sun. Thanks for watching.
From the moment the almonds are shaken from the tree, through the sulfur smoking process and sun drying, we ensure the highest quality for our final product.